Hello and welcome everyone to day 18, uh, where we'll be meeting our Trump number 17 on our journey through the Major Arcana of the Tarot. This, as I say every day, this isn't about me teaching you what the tarot means. It's about us diving into our own relationship with the archetype and using it as a mirror to reflect back to us the lessons that we need to know for this period in our life. Um, if this is the first video you're watching, welcome. You're more than welcome to watch this one, but I do recommend going back to the start of this playlist and starting the journey from the beginning with the Fool. Um, if not, if you really want to do this one today, then you're more than welcome to, but please at least read the safety information in the description below. Okay, so we've had a couple of heavy days traveling through the Major Arcana. Um, yesterday, yesterday everything kind of fell apart. Everything was destroyed. Um, all the all the false structures that have been holding us back, that underpin the illusion that we have in our life of what life is, of what we are, started to just disappear and melt away. And that's a lot. When we go through that kind of process in life, that's heavy, that's difficult. And as human beings, we often think, right, okay, I need to make this better. I know when I went through a similar situation when Nick, my husband, passed away, um, I had a lot of pressure on myself to be like, right, okay, I need to rebuild, I need to try and heal. And that means I've got to do this, I've got to do that. I've gave myself a list of all these things I needed to achieve. But after the tower comes today's archetype, which is the star. The star is a absolutely beautiful card and very misunderstood, I think. I know I misunderstood her for a long time. But the longer my relationship with her has developed, the more I seem to love her, I think. Um, she reminds us that before we rebuild, we need to heal. We need to take time. We need to rest. We need to allow time for our bodies to to recuperate. We need to allow time for our emotions to settle. And she's there naked, completely vulnerable, because after everything has fallen away, she now sees who she is fully. And she allows herself time and curiosity to understand who she is. She's not judging herself for being naked. She's not judging herself for the position she finds herself in. She's embracing it. She's accepting it. She's happy with it. She has one foot on water, one foot on land, very similar to the angel of temperance we saw earlier. But there's something more. There's something more about her. The beauty in her vulnerability as she stands between her inner and outer worlds. And she tends to them both. She pours the water where the water needs to go. And she's not worried about forcing the water to be anywhere in particular. She knows things will be as they need to be. The energy will flow to her life wherever they need to flow. So today is an opportunity for us to breathe with the idea of giving ourselves time to heal. And a lot of us, if not all of us, will have an idea of what healing should be, what it means to look after ourselves. And sometimes it's impossible to achieve those standards, or we just don't want to achieve those things. And there's a resistance. And so the things that we think are here to help us heal, we actually they actually start to make us judge ourselves, which is the opposite. So when we don't achieve those things we think are going to help, we think less of ourselves. So today, the invitation is to just be open to what might help, and to what you need, rather than listening to your heart, rather than listen to what your brain tells you you need, rather than what the ego is telling us. So, I'm going to invite you now to get into a comfortable position, and we're going to start with some relaxation and some mindful breathing. Okay. So just noticing how your body feels in this moment. Noticing maybe where it feels tired. Noticing the aches, the stiffness, the pain. But also noticing the comfort, the softness. Feeling the weight of your body against the surface below you. Feeling the different texture of clothing against your skin. Feeling the hair of your head touching your scalp. Maybe your ears. Maybe your forehead. Noticing the areas that feel warm. Maybe the bends of your elbows, between your toes, your hands. Noticing the areas that are cool. Maybe your face, your ears. Becoming aware of where you're holding on, where there's tension and tightness. And realizing that we can just let go of that. We can relax the muscles as easy as we can tense them. In fact, it's easier. So now you're starting to feel a little more relaxed. We're going to do the 3 long stretches to help us let go and melt and soften even further. So breathing in through the nose, completely filling your lungs as much as you can. And at the top, just hold in for a moment. And take a sip more. And hold. And then slowly out through the mouth today. And notice the effect that that breath has had on your mind and your body. Maybe it's helped you to relax even further. Let's do a second one of those breaths. So breathing in through the nose, fill in the lungs as much as you can. And at the top, hold. And a sip more. And hold. And then out through the mouth. Notice everything softening even further. Noticing a sense of stillness and calm. Let's take a final one. Breathing in through the nose, filling the lungs. And at the top, hold in. And a sip more air. And hold. And a sip more. And hold. And then slowly out through the mouth, as slow as you comfortably can, allowing everything to relax and drop. Noticing the stillness, the silence beneath all the sounds you can hear. Noticing how you're breathing in this moment. We're going to start breathing to the count of 4. Through the nose. Breathing in for 4 and out for 4. Breathing deeply without a pause. And we're going to start inhaling in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3. Exhale. 2. Inhale, and allowing yourself to continue to breathe like this. And anytime any thoughts creep into your mind, you can welcome them, acknowledge them. But when you notice that you've become lost in them, just bringing your awareness out and back to your breath. The feel of the air as it passes through your airways. And we're also now going to start to bring our attention as well as to our breath, but to our heartbeat. Feeling its rhythm today in our chest. Noticing if it feels fast or slow. And notice how with each breath, with each inhale, that beat of your heart seems to grow in your chest. Until you're able to become aware of your heart throughout your entire body. Connecting you to something deeper. Your own sense of wisdom. And as the music changes, the invitation is to start breathing the wave breath. So we'll be breathing in through an open mouth and exhaling through your nose, if that feels good. Watching the wave of your breath rising from your stomach, moving your ribs, your chest, and your neck before it reaches its peak and then just subsides back to where it came from. And there's no rushing, there's no forcing. Filling the lungs as much as you can before just releasing. There's no force in the exhale. Just let go. And the breath will go where it needs to. Feeling your stomach rise, your ribs, chest, neck, release. No pause between the inhale and the exhale. A continual movement of breath. Just letting go. The invitation is to inhale a little faster, a little deeper. But you can decline the invitation. So long as you remain curious. Feeling the breath move your stomach, ribs, chest, neck, release. Stomach, ribs, chest, neck, release. Listening to how your body wants to breathe, what rhythm, what rate. In a moment, I'm going to invite you to hold your breath after an exhale on empty lungs. And after your next exhale, hold. Allowing everything to slow, letting go of any resistance, knowing that you're in control. You can breathe again whenever you want, but just remaining curious. We're almost there. And when you're ready, breathe in, fill in your lungs. And at the top, hold. And release. Breathe however you've been called to breathe now. Where are you ready to heal? And what does that really look like? Where are you ready to rest without guilt, without feeling you need to move on? What is ready to be observed rather than improved? Where are you being called to trust the guiding light of the star? What message does the star have for you and only you? As the music starts, it signals that we'll soon be returning back. But take a moment. What would you like to bring back into your day to day life from your encounter with the star today? Let's take one final deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, maybe with a sigh. Noticing where your body would like some movement. Gently at first, maybe just starting with a smile, a wiggle of fingers. Maybe a stretch of arms, legs, straightening of the spine, a neck roll, a hug. When you're ready, opening your eyes if you haven't already, familiarizing yourself with the room, your surroundings, and setting the intention today to notice where we need to rest, where we need to observe, where we need to be curious about ourselves, and notice where our ego perhaps is telling us that we should be doing this to look after ourselves, and we should be doing that to look after ourselves, and where that actually turns into us judging ourselves, and asking if you're able to let go of that. Also, making sure you drink plenty of water and have something good to eat today. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I enjoyed this session immensely, as I always do. And I look forward to seeing you again for our next one as we continue our journey through the Major Arcana tomorrow. Bye.